So here we are, episode 11, Gear Up. We're going to talk about the gear that we've come to use, and not so much necessarily about the specific gear, but more
how we end up with it.
Our own personal checklist that we go through, right, to get to the gear that we use. So, I mean, it was your idea, so I'm gonna throw it in your lap.
Did you just run me over with a bus right there?
I sure did.
Yeah.
And the main reason is because I'm sitting here going, well, I have no idea how to start this.
Okay. So perfect. Okay, I'm gonna ask you both a question. You get real short answer though.
Oh boy, that's tough.
So when you buy gear, are you a buyer or a researcher?
A researcher.
Big time researcher.
Yeah, me too.
See, I'm not big time though.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Teddy's probably the least of us, but I think that's probably the first thing that all three of us have agreed on.
Yeah.
Is that, but
I'll say a big part of my research is trial by error. And it's kind of a joke, but it's really not, because there's obviously I'm a fan of Vortex, right?
Right.
The reason I am is with trial by error. I tried so many other ones, and then I ended up on Vortex and thought,
well,
here we are. I've been really impressed with them.
I've been a Vortex guy for the majority of my stuff. I do have a Swarovski scope that I really like on my out west gun. Jesse bought the same one when he put an out west gun. They're awesome. Yeah. It's great glass. Yeah.
Right.
But I don't need that glass for Pennsylvania.
Right.
So I err on the side of the warranty of Vortex, because honestly, you can't beat it.
You can't. Nope. And actually, the warranty I just went through with my binoculars, which I became a binocular wearer in 2015 was the exact year. And the reason was I was getting ready to go on 2016. I was going to hunt Kodiak Con in Alaska. And everybody I talked to said, you got to bring optics. And I was never a big optics guy, meaning wearing a chest harness, using binoculars, anything like that. Didn't have a spotting scope, but I thought I'm going to get used to them. Mm-hmm. So I bought the chest harness, and here's where I did research. This chest harness I bought in 2015 from Kuyu.
Okay. Same
chest harness, still have it. And I have literally worn it every day I've hunted since then, whether I'm waterfowl hunting.
Airplane.
Did you hear that? That was like,
somebody may have just landed a Cessna outside the shop.
I don't know.
That's not going to be on the audio, but it kind of gave us.
We got a special guest coming.
Did anybody buy a plane?
Take a look.
Shoot. Hold on. Let me check my eBay account. I may have bought a plane.
What's that?
I did the same thing. So 2016, right back to the same thing. 2016, I'm going to Colorado. They said, "Oh, you got to have a chest harness because you have binoculars." Obviously, we were all archery hunters, so pretty much you get used to carrying a pair of binoculars when you're archery hunting. Mm-hmm. You carry your rangefinder, but never strapped to my chest.
Right.
And
historically, I always brought mine in a backpack.
Yeah. I'd hang the backpack, right, and then I'd reach over, I'd grab them out.
I'd have my grunt call, everything else in there, and it was easily to grab. But then you get into harnesses and
so on the side of your harness there, is that your sniffer? Is that your puffer?
Windicator.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Same thing. I now, because of the chest harness I wear, I don't have to look. I know exactly how to get into it. You flip it up. You pull the binoculars out. You stay on target.
Yep.
You do everything by look. You can go up. And right here, I always carry my rangefinder here. But I'm changing this year because I just picked up a new pair of the Ranger Vortex range-finding binoculars.
Oh.
So we're talking about how do you go about buying stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a researcher. So I've been looking at these binoculars for probably 2 years. And I finally and then I get to a point where it's like, okay, I'm buying these ones, and then I start hunting the deal, and then it just something flips in my and I saw the deal that I wanted, and I'm like, okay, they're mine, and I ordered them, and then it's like, okay, now I've waited 2 years to buy these, now I want them to be here tomorrow.
Right.
Why does it take a week to ship stuff once I get it? Gosh darn it!
And my research is, I've heard him talk about them for 2 years. I'm interested in them. Now he bought them, so I'm going to try them.
So you get to try them.
And I'll probably buy them if I like them.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of the way I do it. Is other gear that people run around me. I test it. I get to look at it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, by the time something is delivered to my house, like you, I already know everything about it because I've spent so much time looking at it, watching videos.
I've mentally touched it so many times, it's practically worn out.
Yeah, it's
so, and I think what's interesting is what we're doing here with the podcast, has been replicated and done by so many other people. So the internet is such a great tool for that because you're not an optics guy, but or I wasn't rather. And I could have gone and said, how do binoculars help a Pennsylvania bow hunter? And it would have brought up YouTube videos and podcasts where guys were talking about that, so you can do a lot of that research just through the internet, which we weren't able to do when I was young. That wasn't really wasn't an option.
You had to know somebody with the equipment.
Yeah, right. And now you can watch
selling.
YouTube videos and podcasts and everything else from guys who are talking about this. You know what? Where I fell in love with and now why I always have these on is whether I'm waterfowl hunting, bow hunting, whatever it is, especially bow hunting, though, is when I fell in love with them. Low light, first light, last light. That is where you make your gravy in the Pennsylvania, in any archery woods, really, right? And I was blessed with great eyesight. But even so, when I don't hunt field edges, I hunt deep timber. When you're in timber and you're getting the go time and you see a deer out there at 80, 90, 110 yards, I can't tell if put me in an open field, sure, I can tell if it's a buck or not.
Right.
But now I'm sitting here going, you're squinting, and now I can just, I need to throw a grunt at it. I can see how its body language, what it's doing, it can tell you so much more about what is a really critical time to be in a tree stand. It can tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
What I ran into, though, and the reason I went with the combo unit is that I get focused on that deer, and then I'll pull up the binoculars and I look. I'm like, okay, yep, that's the one I want. And I put the binoculars away, and I pull up the rangefinder and I range it, and I put the rangefinder away, and then I'm like, okay, am I sure that was the deer? So now it's going to be one shot, okay, and then watch it till it's in range, drop them. Wham, right to the bow. Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
I think it's going to work great for you.
Yeah. I do too. But, going back to what you guys, we were just talking about, you had to know somebody with your equipment.
Yeah.
20 years ago, there was the internet, but it wasn't as in depth. There weren't podcasts.
No.
YouTube was just kind of getting started and everything. So, but the problem nowadays, I find, and do you guys, paralysis by analysis.
Mm-hmm. Too much information.
I will know I want this. This is the exact spotting scope I want. I know that I'm gonna buy this scope, and then I get on and I see another one. Okay, it's the same price point. Is this one better? And then you read 27 different reviews, and 13 of them say that's the best scope you'll ever buy. 13 of them say that thing is a piece of garbage, and the one guy in between's like, meh, it's all right.
Yeah. And
I'm like,
well, and if you go back in time, whenever we started, I mean, it was you buy whatever's in the local shop.
Yeah.
Well, there's that too. Yeah.
You didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have never known half the stuff was out there. And
right.
I'm living in my own little peaceful world thinking, well, everybody's range finding and then picking up binoculars.
Yeah.
There's a combo out there.
Yeah.
We had, Bob's, Grice's, and Walmart to a point, but they really didn't carry anything.
Nope.
That quality, they had the baseline
next
stuff,
level.
but But now, I mean, if you traveled somewhere and could convince your family to stop at Bass Pro or Cabela's, man, you're living in high cotton back then,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like, now it's just click, click. Oh, yeah, there's 400 different options.
Yeah.
So
what I find happening for me is too much information.
Yeah.
And so if you do a deep dive on anything, whether it's a spotting scope, a pair of binoculars, a new bow, a rifle scope, hunting clothes, any of this, it's like, how can you decide? They don't give you, hey, every hunting parka that you look at is going to give you the 3 pointers of why it's the best. They give you 1,000 reviews and 1,000 pointers on why it's the best out there. And I'm going, I don't have enough mental capacity to look through all this stuff.
And how many of those are real people that actually wore them?
And now you have bots out there that are just AI-driven bots who are just regurgitating this information, and it's like
everybody's is the lightest, keep you the driest, and will keep you the warmest or the coolest, whatever it's designed for.
Yep.
And it.
Well, usually it's a podcast or a YouTube channel that you're watching, and nothing drives me crazier than they're sitting there wearing the gear and there's a giant banner hanging in the background. Yeah. Well, no kidding, you think it's the greatest.
Right.
You didn't pay a nickel for it.
Right.
Like,
yep.
The reality is you're going to wear it twice and then get a new one.
Well, let's be honest, though. If somebody wants to hang their banner here, we're willing to wear it. But I can be bought.
You're probably going to get a real review, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I won't lie about things.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
No,
it's just
that's exactly the way I feel. I've gotten into where, actually for my hunting clothes, I wear, well, let's just go through the different brands that I still actively wear every hunting season. Cryptic Camo. I'm trying to think of the name of the brand. Oh, my gosh. Born Primitive. Born Primitive is a brand that I have new brush pants of theirs. They're phenomenal. I put them through the ringer this year. I've got some of those new properties that I picked up that were leased properties. I put a lot of miles on this year in shed season, and I put those pants through the ringer. They're Born Primitive Frontier pants. They're fantastic. American-made, fantastic. Little pricey, but, boy, they last. Yeah. They are durable, and they're comfortable. So I Born Primitive, Cryptic. I wear a lot of Kuiu. I wear a lot of First Light, and I wear some Nomad still. So, I have 5 major brands. So, and it's because they all fit a niche need of mine. Years ago, I've told the story. I tried to draw on a buck. I was so freezing cold. My muscles were like, we ain't doing what you want us to.
Oh, yeah.
And so I thought I need to get new warm weather gear. And so my process of doing research now is I look at things very simply. I look at, project my budget out the next few months. How much money can I scrape together for this? Okay, I have X amount of dollars. Let's stay within that range. And let's start looking at what are the most important things to me. Well, the most important thing for me was something that was good for archery, for hunting out of a tree stand. So it needs to be tight where it needs to be tight. I like it where it's tighter on the arms, something that is going to tell me it's been designed for tree stand bow hunting. That's what I'm looking for. But something that's really warm. I don't need to wear this early season. I have Kuiu for that. I don't need to wear it mid-season. I have Nomad for that. I want to wear this late season when my scrawny little butt is freezing in a tree stand, right?
Yep.
So the first thing that came up was literally the First Light. I think it's called the Harvester or something like that. Maybe Solitude. Whatever. It's the bibs, with the jacket that goes with it. I love it. It's great. But I'm not going to sit there and tell you that, it's durable. You can wear it through a briar patch. This thing's going to be rags if you wear it through a briar patch. It's not durable when it comes to that. But you want to sit in a tree stand and be really warm? Man, no, nothing better that I have found than this suit, But you want something that's durable, buy Born Primitive, get Kuiu. The Kuiu Attacker Guide pants they're fantastic for brush pants like that, So, I just find those 1 or 2 things that are really important to me. Like, it has to be good for archery and it has to be for cold weather. And then that budget. And I'm not going to sit there and say, well, First Light, the Solitude set, it checked all 3 boxes I was concerned about. I didn't look any further.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I could probably find the same with Sitka. I could probably find the same with Kuiu, but this was the first thing that popped up. Yeah. And so, okay, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
And I've been really impressed with it.
So the one thing that I, kind of got to walk back my research thing on is I'm an opportunist also.
Yeah.
So I lucked into an entire set of Badlands.
Yeah.
A guy I knew, he was swapping out like wholesale, getting rid of his set, going with a whole different brand name. I think he had some, he had some sponsorship, had a podcast, and he's like, hey, I'm getting rid of all this Badlands stuff. You're about my size. Are you interested? And he made me a good deal on it.
Yep.
And I literally thought about it for 2 days, which is probably a lot, most people. And I'm like, I don't know a lot about Badlands. Camera pattern to me isn't a big thing. I think anything that disrupts the eye is decent.
Breaks up your outline.
Breaks up your outline. That's all you need.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
But I bought this entire set. It was a backpack. It was the base layer. It was the outer layer. It was 2 pair of pants. It was a vest. The whole 9 yards. And you know, a couple months later, this is summertime. A couple months later, I'm sitting in a tree stand. I'm like, oh, this is pretty nice. And then we get in the colder season, and the hardest thing for me, because I was a Bob's Army Navy, Walmart, whatever I had. I had a mixed bag of everything. You know, some redhead pants and all this stuff, and the old wool. Like we talk about muzzler. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there, and I don't feel comfortable. I'm warm, but I'm uncomfortable because it's too light.
Yeah.
Like I don't have the weight on me. Yeah. Like literally the lightness, the weight. I'm not. I'm like, this is so weird. And after a full day, like walking, and I still feel good. I'm like, holy cow, I'm not carrying around an extra 20 pounds of just mass.
Yeah.
You know, when you get into the better brand names, and that could be any of them, they do better with less.
Yeah.
You know, they do better material search, and you're paying for that, obviously. Mm-hmm. You know, they're all the name brands that we mentioned, the First Light, the Newman, the Badlands, the Q, the Sitka, they're expensive.
Oh yeah.
But buy once, cry once, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I really do feel that way, and I wasn't that way as a young hunter.
No, because you couldn't.
I couldn't be that way. Exactly. I wouldn't have had any gear.
Yeah. We get one piece a year over the course of 10 years. Okay, this year I'm going to buy the base layer. Are you okay?
If I just had a bug crawling up my arm.
Oh man, we're gonna have to get one of them salt guns.
Well, I keep grabbing a drink, and maybe everybody would want to know this. Probably not. But I keep grabbing a drink because it was hot today.
Oh yeah.
And I got that new lease property, and I've been putting it in a hunting area for my daughter. So she's at the age now where she's ready to start hunting out of a tree stand. And so I found a spot that I'm gonna put in a little honey hole food plot. Some twisted antler seed. Put in there, Twisted Antler. What's their our no-till blend is
the Reaper.
The Reaper.
Yeah, the Twisted Reaper. Yeah. So, but we've got this huge open field feed area that they're not going to go into that until dark. And there's this little finger of the field going back into the hardwood, and on the very end of that finger is this one lone pine tree. So it's a perfect pine tree for a tree stand. So I'm going to start teaching my daughter how to hunt out of a tree stand this year. So I've been in there for 2 days, busting brush, weed eating, raking, doing all the the hard work, and so I keep grabbing a drink because I'm worn out, man. I'm ready to lay in the corner and go to sleep. Forget sometimes how much work it is putting in a food plot. When you've done food plots that have been, and we were talking about this earlier tonight. All the plots I plant, even though I don't necessarily plant all of them every year. But they don't. Once you've worked the ground and once you've gotten the system in place, it doesn't take a lot
to get it back up.
To go in there and get it back up and running. And I had forgotten
clearing brushes,
the work that goes into setting up a new
underbrush that has taken root for years and years, and you're trying to bust that up, especially by hand. And
and I can't drive very close to this spot, so it's a bit of a hoof from the truck, and it's I've done it for 2 days in a row now. I'm worn out.
Yeah. We'll take tomorrow off because it's supposed to be 95 tomorrow.
Tomorrow I'm spraying. So
okay.
You want to borrow my e-bike?
Yeah, I might.
You can ride back in.
Put the sprayer on the back of it. And go.
Yeah, put the sprayer on the back of the e-bike.
Get a little boom sprayer on the back of the e-bike.
Well, I don't have a boom sprayer, but I'm not that high class yet.
We can make one.
Yeah.
He's got a wand.
Yeah,
close enough.
Yeah, just ride around the circle.
Joe just rides on the back.
Yeah, that's no big deal.
Yes.
Make sure you charge it, or that's gonna be a fun day.
Yeah, because those things are heavy. Yeah, they're surprisingly heavy.
Yeah,
the e-bikes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You don't want to have to pedal.
I don't have one. My neighbor has one, and I've gotten to mess around with it a little bit. They're heavy, surprisingly.
That is one thing that I actually kind of splurged purchased on a whim. But in my defense on that, we were about to go to Colorado. Okay, and my grandpa was dead set. He was taking his e-bike.
Yeah.
And I thought that an 87-year-old ripping around the mountainside by himself is a terrible idea.
You should be with him.
So somebody should be there to witness the wreck.
He still went on his own.
You can't harness the man.
Yeah.
That's what we love about him.
That's awesome. I love it.
Where'd he go? We lost him. He rode off.
Just having the time of his life.
Dang right.
Yeah.
We asked him if he got lost. He said, no, it's checking out the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's really?
He was lost.
I don't know. We could see you sitting on the hill looking. I don't know.
So going back to our episode, like guns are a big one for me also.
Yeah.
Like other than the ones that we build,
Right.
because that's kind of on a whim. We do that. But when I've got at least 2 guns right now that I have wanted for over 5 years, and I just don't go buy them. I don't know why. I mean, I want the 10mm Glock. Then that's gonna be my bear gun. I want a chest harness like that. I want the the Kadek holster that sits in it or whatever. Yeah. But I've never just went and got it.
Right.
And it's.
Right.
But every time I walk into one of them stores, I'm like, oh man, look at that 10mm. That'd be a good bear gun.
Name.
Yeah. And then I walk out. I've bought other guns since I did that.
That's my problem. Yeah. I'm the same way. I have a couple guns that I want on, and it's just, I don't know. I'm waiting for a good deal.
Well,
I don't know why.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So I think we all fall in the same boat. So I had I've only been waterfowl hunting for a few years, but I've always loved the Browning Maxus 2s.
Am I allowed to drink too?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. But the Browning Maxus 2, I've always loved them. And they have the old school duck camo on them. It's a beautiful gun. And they have it's called the Wicked Wing edition. It's like Cerakoted with the old school duck camo Cerakoted onto the action. It's a beautiful gun. But, it's pricey.
Get some of those hats that match that gun.
I have some.
Oh
yeah.
Oh,
you mean with
the wild connection?
Oh, yeah, I agree 100%.
That'd be
awesome.
Then weed have to get the gun.
Yeah. Well,
Teddy already has one.
I do. So, but like you guys wanted to get, so I got a used CZ waterfowl gun, and I used that for a couple of years, right? And it wasn't great. It wasn't super reliable. And so then I was like, okay, I was getting ready to go to Missouri for the first time, and I thought, well, I need a new gun. This one's not reliable. It's hanging up. It's misfiring. So I went and I bought a Stoger. Again, reliable gun, but it's on that lower end of the cost, cost margins there. And I didn't even use it for the whole season. I went and traded it in and thought, I'm just going to order. So how much money did I lose in the long run? Yeah. Whereas if I had just gone and gotten the gun I wanted at the beginning, because then I bought that Browning and I used it the first time I used it, and I was like, whoa, I'm never going back,
Well, at least you appreciate it now.
Maybe you have to go through those others before.
Because you would have got it and you're like, I don't know, it's not all the hype.
Is it really that nice? Yeah.
And
not that the other guns were terrible. I killed my first geese and ducks with the other ones, but still.
See, that would have cost me even more because I don't get rid of any of my guns. So I had 3 shotguns, 2 sitting there that I never. Yeah. If I'm getting rid of one, it was a mistake.
Well, and so I guess gear-wise for me, back in the day, I used to run everything. I had a bunch of scent locker stuff and just a mixed bag. Anything from, pretty decent stuff from the Cabela's line to maybe Walmart even. And then
Uncle Don listens, so don't bash the Walmart. He told me to remind you that.
Well,
no bad saying bad stuff about it.
Shout out to Don. Yeah. I still wear some Walmart stuff whenever I turkey hunt, just because some of their camo and stuff. I mean, you can't beat it.
You can't,
and you
can't beat the price
and everything else.
And not just that, you can't beat the ease of getting it. Yes. So right before the spring gobbler season, I thought my daughter and I. We're pasty. We're little Caspers. We are very fair-skinned, right?
Right.
We are, though.
Yeah, no.
And I thought, well, I've been busted by turkeys because my bright white face is hanging out, and I can't find my face shield. And so where do you go at 8 o'clock the night before spring gobbler season opens? You run out to Walmart.
That's your option.
And
it's reasonably priced.
$5 a piece for $10. I walked out of there with
the Dawn. It's reasonably priced.
It is. Well, I spent $10, and my daughter and I had a face mask that we needed. So I think just being there and having those essentials is.
Well, and I guess with my gear, not to talk about going out west, but that's really what changed for me was okay. Well, now I'm going out with a group of guys, and it's it's time to buy some big boy clothes.
Yep.
Right. So I went the Badlands route because. Joe was nice enough to let me try his gear on. I mean, I wore it. I went out in it a couple times. I mean, it was super nice. So then I bought Badlands. I bought a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Still have a ton of stuff to buy.
Well, shout out to some of these companies too that offer the first responder, the police, the military discount,
veteran discounts,
the veteran discounts. Yeah, absolutely. Those. I mean, that's another reason I've stuck with Badlands and Vortec and. Some of these companies, because they support the people that defend and keep America's safe.
Absolutely.
So, shout out to those companies because I run them before anything because they support us.
Agreed. Veteran discount's a big seller for me.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And not even because I'm trying to save a buck, but I
it's
like
because-
supporting a company that supports,
I'm with you 100%. It's not so much that it's not so much the discounts,
Right.
it's the fact that they appreciate.
Yeah.
Well,
100%.
For me, like the warranty as well. Because
Oh, yeah,
I know we talked about that, but like Badlands is crazy. Like their warranty, it just flat out says like we don't care what you did to it. Like,
Yeah.
we'll make it right.
Right. That's why Vortex has my business still.
I mean-
So this past year, I shot my biggest bodied buck I've ever harvested, and I'm dragging him out of the woods, and I had a chest drag, which I usually just grab an antler and go, but this thing died in the quintessential hellhole that people talk about deer, and this thing, it was rough. It was a rough drag, and so I got my backpack, which is Badlands, by the way. They make the best hunting backpacks.
Love them.
Not necessarily frame packs. Maybe they do. I don't have any experience with their frame packs, but their backpacks
I
are.
have 2 frame packs and 2 backpacks.
Their backpack. I have the same Badlands backpack, and I use it for all of my hunts, all my shed hunts, all my rattlesnake hunts. I mean, I use this backpack year round. And I've had it since 2015.
I just got a brand new one. I haven't even tried. I got the Mark 6 here
I don't
for my
have
birthday.
a stitch out of it.
And I don't have it.
This backpack has thousands of hours in the field and hundreds or thousands of miles, right? Yeah. Not a stitch out of place yet. I mean, it's so impressive. But so anyways, I reach in my backpack, pull up my little chest drag thing, and I get it on. It's got a big metal D-ring in the back. And I mean, I am leaning in to get this deer to move. And it was the ground was just wet enough. It was the right consistency, but not wet enough that anything was slippery. Wet enough that everything was sticky. And it was a big body deer, and I got a million downed old rotten logs between me and where I need to go. This drag kicked my butt. Well, I'm close to my property line where I can drive my truck up to the edge of it, and the D-ring snaps on my drag. And I face planted. I wish somebody had been there to see it. I mean, I went down 150 miles an hour, right on my face. Got up, didn't think anything of it. My chest hurt because I had my chest harness on with my binoculars. Chest hurt, but I grab an antler and I am hoofing this thing antler one drag at a time. I get it to the edge and anyways get it loaded in a truck. Fast forward to 2 or 3 days later, I'm hunting with my son. We have a buck on the other side of, there's a pipeline out on the other side of our food plot, and this buck's out there, and I'm trying to see what it's doing, get a feel for his body language, binoculars up, and I'm thinking, I can't get him to focus. I get one eyepiece to focus, and this one won't, and when I focus this one won't, and so I start like you can adjust the cup or whatever it's called, and now I can't get either one of them to focus, and I'm like, what is going on? So I take and I shake them. And they just
rattling
like a kaleidoscope inside. They're just shadow. So I shook them, and then I looked through them, and it was just they just completely fell apart inside. And I remembered falling down. I mean, I had a bruise. I was actually my chest was bruised. I fell on them so hard, so I was like, oh man. Now these are old, 2015, mind you. So they were 10 years old at this point. So I emailed Vortex and said, here's the binoculars I have. I had them in a chest harness. I was dragging a buck out of the woods. I fell. My harness broke. Didn't realize it several days later. They make noise. Can they be repaired? They said send them in. I sent them in for $9 or $10 shipping, right? Sent them in. They emailed me back 48 hours later and said these are unrepairable. Or first off, the email said congratulations on your harvest. Oh. These are unrepairable. This model's no longer made. We're not only going to replace them, we're going to replace them with the upgraded model.
Wow.
Yeah.
10-year-old binoculars that broke because I fell.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought, what a phenomenal warranty program they have.
Yeah, and it works because you need a new set of binoculars. What are you going to buy?
Well, now
it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a good business.
And I fell in love with Sig Sauer scopes. I just put one on one of my rifles, and I fell in love with it. And then this happened, and I'm like, okay, well, now when I outfit the next rifle, I'm putting a Vortex scope on it. Yeah. Not that the Sig Sauer scopes are bad. They're great for the cost. They're very, very affordable. Mm-hmm. But this whole warranty, this whole thing happened to these binoculars.
It goes back to taking care of who takes care of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
It does. So Teddy's drinking again.
Yeah.
I'm so thirsty still.
Pepsi might not be the best thing.
I went to the soda machine outside.
Diet. I mean,
the water was sold out.
I talked to somebody.
You know
anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who owns this building?
Our landlord, there's bugs crawling on us. There's no pop in the machine.
Right. It's awesome.
Might have to go back to our old landlord.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed knocking knees with you guys a lot more.
Yeah, we were in a janitor's closet before.
Bert would be licking Jesse's head right now. So
Barry says, "Don't put me back in the janitor's closet."
So what, Jesse? What's on your list right now? What are you looking at buying? Season's coming up. If you were looking at potentially an Alabama archery hunt, what are you looking at?
I definitely need some.
Probably Mara can't listen to this.
Badlands, probably some light gear, because I have some heavier stuff.
It's
right
probably
now.
gonna be 70 or 80 while we're down there.
And I have a couple things that are in the light section, but I really want to get a good set of pants, probably Badlands, and I also want to get a backpack. I think. Because I got a framed backpack now. What is it, a Mark IV?
I think yours is a Mark IV.
I don't know what.
Yours is a Mark IV. Because they didn't have the 6.
6 wasn't out.
Yeah, I helped
Because I
Mara
don't have the
pick that up.
extended. Yeah, I got it for Christmas. So
So the Mark 6 has you can pull the actual pack away and you put the meat up against your back. So
It's
it's
got a
not
meat shelf.
It's got the meat shelf. So
Yeah.
then we didn't draw Montana this year, so I didn't get the chance. I'm not going to get to use it this year unless I just go shoot a deer and put it in there.
Yeah. So.
Backpacks and pants and
backpack and pants.
I'm thinking about a 458 SOCOM.
Well,
I want to shoot a pig.
The other big thing I'm gonna buy is I'm gonna get a new bow. So I haven't really decided what one I'm gonna get yet. I'm gonna do the same thing. I know you just went through this.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna go probably the same place, or else maybe I'll go out to Legacy. I want to shoot a couple bows, try different things. I haven't shot a Hoyt in, I don't know, 20 years.
Yeah.
So I want to see what they're like. I've shot a few friends, but I want to try the newest, the latest, and the greatest. It's going to be a flagship bow.
Yeah.
I just don't know what kind.
Yeah.
I'm a very big Matthews guy, so the new Matthews Arc.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the top contenders in my book right now.
Well, you're used to Matthews, right?
Yeah.
And all these major bows, they all have their strengths and their weaknesses. As a matter of fact, they have very few weaks anymore. They're almost strong in every category, right? Yeah. But they have their little nuances or whatever you want to call it, and so whatever I feel like you're used to is probably what you'll stick with. But I think it's an excellent point. Go out and try all those different brands because, when I first started bow hunting, I had a Matthews because I got a good deal on it.
Yeah.
Right.
But I shot it. I harvested my first buck with it. I obviously loved that bow. It has a very special place in my heart.
Yeah.
But then I was ready a couple seasons later to get a new one. And someone told me, go see at the time Charlie, who was the local bow dealer in the area. Go see Charlie and have him set up and shoot all the different bows. And I tell you, I'm going through. I didn't even get through all of them. And I got to a Hoyt Powerhawk, and I was like, Charlie, I don't want to shoot anything else. He's like, I saw the look on your face.
Yeah.
When I see that look, you found your bow. He goes, it's just, you look like a kid on Christmas morning, and I thought, I didn't know a bow could, when I drew, it was smooth. And when I shot, there was no trying to catch it.
Yeah.
There was no letting it roll forward. It just sat in my hand, and I was like, oh, man. That's nice,
Yeah.
That's what's crazy is I never realized it until actually we had Austin out picking his bow out of the draws. They draw so much different. It's all the cam.
You're right.
I felt like the Matthews was a little bit harder to start,
Yeah.
but was a very smooth the rest of the way back until it just fell off into that relief position. The Elite was very smooth in the beginning, and then it kind of plateaus like at pinnacles, and then it's almost like it rolls back and then
it's got an aggressive rollover.
Yeah.
So to get through that is tough on an Elite. Yeah.
But that's what I'm used to. So that felt very comfortable with me. I'm used to that expectation of right before I'm locked in, boom,
right,
and then I'm locked in.
Yeah.
So and you might find
it's all what you're used to.
And I'm going into it open-minded because everybody I hunt with, they're Hoyt guys.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Elijah, you got
they all
smart
shoot
hunting
Hoyts.
buddies.
So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
He's not the herd mentality, though.
He's not
What's the opposite of herd mentality?
Jesse.
Jesse.
Yeah. And I mean, not to flex on him, but the Matthews killed a buck this year. Those Hoyts, they look nice. I don't know. So we'll see. I'm open to anything. Maybe I'll try an elite. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. I know the first buck I ever shot, it was with a PSE.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you the model. I bought it off my cousin at a yard sale.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. Because back then it was what we could afford. Yeah. Well,
and keep in mind, he was 6'3". I was like 5'8". Yeah, it'll work. The drawling's good.
Yeah.
There was no let off.
So you're on the back.
There was no let off because I was in the middle.
It was it's more like shooting a recurve.
Yeah. I mean, it was different. Shooting aluminum
If he did, he's
arrows
hooking it behind his ear.
Yeah. I mean, back in those, that was, I don't know, early 2000s. I mean, back in those days, I didn't worry about tips or arrows or.
No, I bought whatever I could find on the store.
I mean, it looked nice.
But that alone, I'm confused. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? The arrows.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's like, well, what kind of arrows do you want? He's talking Austin. I was like, I don't know. What do you recommend? Well, you got these micro smalls, and then you got the mediums, and you got the 4.5s, the 5s, the 5.5, the 6, the middle. And I'm like, I know that they're different stiffnesses.
Yep.
Yeah.
And different
shaft
is
strength
is .006 good enough of an alignment for me? Yeah, probably. I'm not .006 good at shooting.
Yeah.
I'm probably in the .1 range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit better than the maple tree.
And
I know the guy that put the rest on. He didn't even use a level.
Yeah.
What are we worried about? Yeah. I mean, I used to do that stuff myself.
Oh, heck yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've put peeps back in and stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's like you need a PhD. And
the first time they ever had me paper tune a bow, I said, what are we doing?
Yeah. I can't see the target.
Yeah. Like, I've never done this.
Like, why am I shooting a blank piece of paper?
He's like, let's look at the hole. I was like, it went through the paper.
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the other thing. They're like, okay, well, it's off.
Yeah.
Because the hole looks this way. And I'm like, because it's torn. Well, no kidding, it's torn. You just shot an arrow through a piece of paper.
I just shot a freaking arrow through
it.
But
with the Matthews and stuff now, they make those adjustments without even a bow press.
Yeah.
They do it on the cams.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which is just, I mean, I'm sure they're all very, very similar. But I just happened to watch a video on that.
But I'll tell you what is nice about that is you can start early in the year and you can dial your bow down. And as you build that muscle up, you can bump it up to 65, 70, whatever.
And you can do it with an Allen wrench at home. Like, you don't.
That is convenient.
Yeah.
Very.
So, or in our age, the other way around.
Right.
You've built up, and then before season, something snaps, pops.
Yes.
You sleep wrong. You can dial it back down.
Literally sleep wrong.
I got to say this. I was always of the mindset like, okay, and I used to shoot my bow, and I still do, but I used to shoot my bow a lot, like a lot. But even then, I was never. I felt like people said, had this idea that you need to be shooting pinholes at 30, 40, 50 yards, 60 yards, to bow hunt whitetail in Pennsylvania. And I was always like, listen, I get a 3D target. If I can shoot different angles, we would play chase the arrow, me and my buddies, right? And you grab an arrow and you throw it out into the yard. Yep. And then everybody would shoot from where that arrow landed. So you're not going off of what the vitals on the deer target are saying. You're going off of real world where you want to hit, So you're shooting different angles. You're shooting different distances. It was great practice. We had so much fun doing it. And it was just not necessarily about shooting for score. It was about shooting proficiently in the field, like shooting for hunting, right?
Yeah, because that practicing like that is a problem because it's mental picture. When the deer is tilted a little bit, you're not shooting at that same spot. You need to shoot for exit, not necessarily entrance.
Correct.
So I love that. That's a great idea.
So we loved playing chase the arrow, right? And then and so I was never really concerned about necessarily fine tuning my bow to where, okay, when I'm shooting straight on at 20 yards, I need to aim at different spots because I'm going to hit my arrow. I never tuned my bow enough to really do that because I shot good enough to kill deer. When I put my pin on a deer and pulled the trigger, I'd get the deer. Or I'd miss for the plethora of reasons why you can miss out of a tree stand when you're hunting. So, but this last bow I set up, this last Hoyt, I don't even remember what it is now. A Venom Pro 30. I had set it up, and then I tuned it, and I had a professional bow tech tune it, and then I ended up having a different bow tech tune. I mean, I spent a ton of time and money tuning this bow, but I got to tell you, and I dropped the poundage, the draw weight way down on it. So I had a little bit of a mishap with the tree stand a couple years ago. Kind of hurt my neck, kind of hurt my shoulder a little bit. Never went to a doctor because, phooey on all that. But I definitely struggle when I draw now. It doesn't hurt in my arm that draws. It hurts on my shoulder that's holding forward. It's really odd. So, anyways, long story short, I dropped my draw weight way down, but I'm shooting way better than I ever had before. Mm-hmm. And so I do think that there's something to be said. 5 years ago, Teddy would have said, you don't need to fine-tune your hunting setup unless you're hunting out west where you're taking 60-yard shots. In Pennsylvania deer woods, you're not shooting past 30 if you hunt in the areas I hunt, which is bedding. It's just too thick to shoot past 30.
Right.
Hell, you probably don't even know the deer's there if it's past 30 yards. So you're not shooting that far. But there's something to be said now. Today, Teddy is saying, no, there's something to be said for going to a bow tech and really spending the time and letting them talk you into what you need. Rest and let them tune it. Let them help you paper tune it. Maybe drop your poundage down, your draw weight down. There's something to be said for that because I'm shooting the best I've ever shot, and I'm shooting the least I've ever shot in my life because most of my days when I'm out shooting, I'm not shooting. I'm out with my kids, and I'm getting them to shoot. So most of my time that I have available to train, I'm actually using that time to train them. Right. So
I'm starting to get a little nervous because I dropped my bow off to get a new string because it's been like 3 or 4 years since I had it strung, and I'm like, I should really be practicing.
Yeah.
It's quickly becoming August. Like I should be practicing by now.
Yeah.
And
we should get together and do Chase the Arrow.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. Well, when I go pick up my bow, I'm going to hijack Jesse. I'm going to drag him along, like a little chloroform. He'll wake up at the bow shop with a Matthews arc in his hand.
With his debit card in his hand going, what happened?
Debit card in the other one. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, you love that bow.
I'm going to end up getting one. So, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Any bow companies listen to us yet? I mean, we're over 1,000 views on Spotify alone.
Yeah.
Big celebration for that. We hit that this morning.
We did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But anybody bow company? Jesse's in the market.
Yeah, I'm in the market.
So. Internet, do what you do.
Yeah.
Do what you do. Do what you do best. Help us out.
I'm going to take it to Alabama this year. So, I mean, so
that's something you were talking about earlier I wanted to pull back on. So I've hunted pigs in Louisiana. I've bow hunted them and I've rifle hunted them a handful of times now. And I've also hunted pigs in Tennessee. So I've done some hot weather hunting.
Yeah.
What are your tips?
Yeah. So
bug spray.
Yes, absolutely, but not so much a bug spray. Pigs are. I had this idea that hunting pigs, they were stupid, easy to hunt. You see the videos, guys are gunning them down and side by sides and everything else. I don't know how they do that because the pigs I've hunted are the sketchiest animals. They're sketchy and they're hard to hit because they never stop moving. A deer comes in to feed clover. He's sitting there and he's feeding clover.
Yeah, he's
a pig feeds and he's he's like stroking out while he's they never stop moving. The big boars will always come in downwind. They're like a coyote that way. If you're a predator hunter, coyotes always gray fox. They'll come into your lap. They just barrel in. The coyotes almost always circle around and get downwind of you. Those big boars are the same exact way. You'll hear them snorting. You might get a flash of them, and all of a sudden you hear the squeal, and they all take off running, and you're like, what happened? And then you hit your puffer, and you're like, yep, they winded me. Yeah. There's no way to not get scented because you are sweating. And there's no way to not sweat. So, but I use thermocells.
Do you use one? I was going to ask you if they work.
They work.
I've never ran
so much better than any bug spray I've ever used. Thermocells are absolutely the best bug deterrent out there. The best. Yeah. But if you don't have a bug deterrent, you are going to have a miserable time hunting down south. Miserable. Yeah. So, and I've hunted Louisiana. I want to say it was like November the one year, and then I think December and then February were the 3 different times I've hunted them.
Can I ask which one was worse? Was it obviously earlier in the year?
Bugs were bad equally.
Yeah, all across.
All across.
Okay.
They're just bad
I didn't know
all
if
the time.
it was.
But it was like 104 degrees the first time I ever got in a tree stand to hunt down there. And then the last time I got in a tree stand to hunt, it was like 94. So, I mean, it's just always hot down there. It's always humid. I try to plan it to where it's not flooded. Like if where you're going, try to find if there's a dry season and a wet season. Yeah. And try to get there in a dry season. Because one way that you hunt pigs is they eat everything, so it's hard to hunt over a food source, right? Mm-hmm. You hunt over feeders, especially in a state that allows feeders, right? Like Louisiana does. But the problem is everybody has 100 feeders. Well, you don't know if those pigs are going to be at your feeder or not, right? Because they've got, in that square mile, they got 19 different feeders they're going to. So, but they need water. They need wallows. They need mud holes. But the problem is when it's flooded timber,
they get that anywhere.
They get that. They're in water and mud everywhere.
Right.
And so I always try to plan my hunt around. So the best hunt I've had down there was during the dry season, which still isn't dry, but at least 70% of the forest was dry. And so those pigs are kind of,
a little bit.
pattern them a little bit around the water holes. But if you go there and it's flood season,
it's free
best
for all.
Best of luck because they're going to be everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're really trying to go shoot a deer.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're really trying to shoot buck.
But don't get me wrong.
We get to shoot pig, too. It's a bonus.
I think the meat's fantastic.
Yeah, that's where I'm
at. I think the meat's it's just something cool about. I love game meat, and you always get venison. It's like red meat, right? Everybody gets that red game meat, And now you're getting pork. You're getting wild pork. Pork game meat. It's just the cool stuff. It's so interesting and fun. If you're a wild game meat enthusiast, like I know you guys are, and I am myself, it's so much fun when you get something new to.
I'm not gonna lie, it might be part of the reason that I bought that new Pit Boss smoker.
Yeah.
It's going on the trailer this year.
If we end up taking a trailer, and there's a really good chance the Pit Boss is going with us.
Yeah.
That way I can just like fire it up, slide the little piggy in there.
It's one of the things I love about waterfowl.
Yeah.
It's some different kind of game meat that just not used to cooking.
For the first time on my Alaskan cruise, had duck.
What'd you think?
I was very surprised.
Yeah.
Duck is more the consistency of a backstrap of deer than it is of a turkey or
I would have thought
poultry.
It would have been like,
it's way different than poultry.
It's not poultry at all.
No.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been like chicken.
No,
Right.
not at all.
So
yeah, me too.
different.
Not at all.
I say to me, it's more closely related to pork. The consistency.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Especially if you leave that
the
fatty
color's dark.
skin on it.
Yeah.
And you leave that fatty skin on it, and it's going to fry and crisp up almost like bacon.
Really?
And there's tons of flavor in that duck skin. Yeah.
Somehow
really
we
good.
went from
I'm
gear
hungry now.
Went from
ducks.
gear to ducks.
to food.
Well, we're getting close to September, which is goose season, so I'm getting excited
I thought about you the other day. I don't remember where I saw geese.
I mean, let's move that thought along.
No, I saw geese, and it made me think, Teddy would like to hunt here.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you see that?
I don't remember.
Oh, come on.
It might have been in the city park.
There's hunting waterfowl around here is so frustrating because they all go to the city park.
Right.
All of them.
You got to flush them out of the city park to get them.
We always joke like someone needs to go in a kayak down the Sandy Lick and just
Drive them out.
Yeah. Which is illegal. You're not actually allowed to do that. That's why we just joke about it. But you're not allowed to drive waterfowl.
Well, they're hard to get in the car. Let's be honest.
If you do, you got big problems.
Yeah. And then they get in there and they're honking at people. And
let me tell you,
the other drivers
pound for
like,
pound, a goose is maybe the meanest animal in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
they're nasty. Yeah, go through the park.
I've had a friend get chased by them.
Yeah.
I was fly fishing this little choked up, real brushy creek called Little Clearfield Creek in Glen Ritchie years and years ago. And I got my back to some brush, and I'm kind of wading through some current, and I'm trying to get a drift on the fly rod, and all of a sudden it was like the 7 gates of hell opened up all at the same time, and I got honking and feathers, and I'm trying to whip this hell bird with my fly rod to get it away from me. I had walked over top of her nest, and I mean, I didn't even see her in that high ground. Oh, she blew up on me.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah. Don't get between mother and her babies.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So that's when you needed my my
10 millimeter
Kydex 10 millimeter. No, we can't do that. It's a lead-based shot. You can't do that.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
So I guess to get back on topic, we'll go around because you asked me. So what's on your list? Obviously, you talked about the guns.
Well, the binoculars were on my list. They were on the top of the list. So check them off. The pit boss, as much as it probably isn't hunting gear, but
it is really. It's because to me, that's maybe the most important part of the hunt.
It's a full circle of it.
Right,
absolutely.
is utilizing that harvest, right?
You don't know how much I stress out about freezer space more than
I get it, 100%.
I'm bringing whatever it is home.
Yeah.
What?
Well, because if you don't focus on that part of the harvest, then it wasn't a harvest. It was just a kill.
Right.
And that's like the one thing we're trying to not do in the hunting world anymore. It's not just about the kill. It's about the harvest.
Right.
You know. So anyways, I didn't mean to.
No.
Honestly, I've been really trying to find an enclosed trailer.
Well, yeah. Well, that's part of the hunting gear. I mean, it is.
It is.
Because I think it'd be really handy to be able to just like put all of our stuff in there. It's not. I mean, we did the open trailer last year. It was all right, but then my e-bike, we actually lost a part of it because it like vibrated so bad it bounced off.
Yeah. That happened.
And then you have if you spend a night anywhere, you're paranoid because there's people. People just aren't honest like they used to be.
No, they're not.
So it'd be nice to be able to lock it up.
Yeah. Well, and what gave me a heart attack was your dad put a side-by-side on the trailer and just left a key in it, clear to Colorado. We get there, and I was like, what, Randy, what are you thinking? He's like, what, it's still there?
It's still there?
Yeah.
I mean, in full disclosure, he had a new one at home.
Yeah.
So
Well,
he didn't care.
we took the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're in Colorado.
We did.
So I'm like,
did we take the old one?
We took
or
the old one.
I thought so.
Because he said he didn't want to scratch the new one.
Right.
And it's an open trailer.
Yeah.
Respectable.
I mean.
So this will be an interesting hunting season for me, talking about gear, like bigger, broader picture type gear, like covered trailers and stuff. This will be my first hunting season going into it where I don't own a truck. So I just got rid of my truck, traded it on a new family car, and I've got the Bronco. So I've got 2 SUVs now that I'm going to try to utilize. They're both fairly off-road capable SUVs, But, I really got thinking about it. Outside of throwing, a carcass into the bed of that Jeep truck I had, it wasn't much of a truck, and I just don't use a truck for a truck, right? And in reality, truck beds are now 5 foot long, 5.5 foot long. It's not much of a truck bed.
No. It's a good trunk in a SUV.
Yeah. So, exactly. Yeah. So if I've got the nice Tuffy rubber, whatever, brand it is of the cargo area mat, I'm fine with throwing a deer in on that. Or they make those rack carriers on the back. That's exactly what I'm going to get.
I mean, those are nice.
And
when you're traveling out west and you're going on a hunting trip, having all your gear inside, locked, safe. It's not in a truck bed. Yeah. It's a peace of mind. The comfort between a truck and an SUV, if it's the correct SUV now, like if it's a Jeep, well, let's be honest with you, Jeep's just the most uncomfortable vehicles ever made. And I'm a Jeep guy, right? But any Jeep person out there is going to tell you they're uncomfortable, Right.
Well, and anymore for me, I buy a truck, and the first thing I'm worried about is I got to get a tonneau cover.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
to
carry
cover it
so
up,
much
to
crap
lock
in
stuff,
the back.
to hide it, whatever I have. And,
yeah, so the 2 trucks ago, I put a cap on it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it going, I love the way it looked. I love the functionality of it. But now I'm looking at it going, you know what I turned my truck into?
An SUV.
An SUV.
Yeah.
What's a really big trunk?
So just get an SUV, So I'm gonna see how that works out. I am not a big hunting TV guy, but talking about gear, I started last year when I had my hernia operations. I had a dual hernia, so I was laid up in bed for a while. I started watching Western Hunter TV with Chris Denham and I don't remember the other guy's name.
I've never watched that.
Awesome show. They are really educational, and they talk a lot about their gear and why they do. But Chris uses an SUV, And so I thought, wow, okay. And he talked about it in one episode. He talked a little bit about the comfort of it, and I'm thinking, that speaks to me.
Oh,
That's so that's
Well, you ever watch the Hunting Public guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Half of them I love them guys. Half of them have cars.
Yeah.
And they're just back through the woods, throwing a deer in the trunk with a tarp. Love it.
You got like Zach and Werb and all these guys, and like they're sleeping in a Honda Pilot.
Yeah.
They're just running and gunning.
Yes.
And
yes.
Respect.
Yeah, you got to get
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't think you need a truck to be a hunter.
No.
And so I'm going to see how it works out with an SUV.
Well, one of our mutual friends, Elijah, he run. What was he in? He was in a little car. I mean, I don't even know what he was running. It was a little 4-door car,
which is hilarious because he's like, he's got all the matching camo. He's got like the war paint on his face and everything, and he crawls out of this like little
Chevy Cavalier or something. Yeah,
4-cylinder whatever thing. It's like, what?
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
And like the first year, he took my sister hunting. They went out to his lease, and she ended up shooting a buck.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, hey, do you mind if I bring it back to your house and we'll skin it and do whatever? And I said, yeah, that's fine. He shows up and it's in a garbage bag in the back of his trunk. We pull it out and I was like, why didn't you tell me? I would have came and got it. He's like, why?
Yeah.
Like to him that's
just what you do.
Like, he's like,
yeah,
I have garbage bags. Look,
yeah.
What?
That Ford Bronco I have has these tie down hooks on the front of the hood.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
you going old school?
I think I might throw it across the hood and strap it down on the hood of the.
Take it for a ride through town.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, you're gonna be on the front page of PETA somewhere.
Can't wait! I can't wait! I welcome that. I welcome that conversation.
So other than like some, changing with the cars, like what do you got? Anything else on your list, like gear? Or anything?
So frame pack. I'm currently shopping for a frame pack right now. Pretty well settled on the Exo Mountain K4 system, and the reason being I have a pretty small torso. I'm a short guy. I'm only 5'8". They have you measure. They tell you where to measure your torso, and I don't remember. It tells you online, and you plug that information. It tells you what size frame to get, and then they have 2 packs, actually I have like 3 or 4 packs that fit the K4 frame, but they have the smaller day pack size, which is a little bit bigger than my Badlands backpack, which is great for when I'm bow hunting for my typical early season, not all day sits, but like a typical early season bow hunt. I love it. But when I go rifle hunting with my daughter, we're out there all day long, and she needs all the snacks, and we need drinks, and I like to have a little bit of safety gear and optics and camera equipment, and it's just too much to fit in that pack. So the day pack's a little bit bigger. I think it's a 2200. And then it comes with a folding lid that you can buy extra, like a compartment lid, and you can get it where it's blaze orange, because in Pennsylvania, you're actually illegal if you don't have blaze orange on your pack. Like, so if you're wearing a camo backpack over your orange vest, you're illegal because that orange needs to be 360 degrees. Where this puts over 100 square inches of orange on your pack. Yeah. And then it's a couple clips. You pull the 2200 off, and you can put the 3400 on. And that's big enough for me to do a backpack style hunt where I'm backpacking in and doing a Western hunt the way I want to do it. I'm not going to throw 6,600 cubic inches of gear on my back. I'm just not a big enough of a guy that I'm going to pack in 150 pounds of gear. Right. I'm not going to do it. Right. I'm going to pack 3,400 cubic inches of gear, and if I have to make 2 trips, I'd rather do that because I got strong legs that will go and go and go and go. I'd rather make 2 trips with a smaller pack, So I think I'm pretty sold on the Exo Mountain K4 system for a pack. And then
well, if you want to try the Badlands between Joe and I,
we have just about everyone you want.
Them all.
I actually would. Before I buy one, I would.
Yeah, and then got the Mark IV, I got the Mark VI, and then I have a different one, and I can't remember the name brand of it, but it's the one that I've run for the last 4 trips out there.
Yeah.
And I've put a half a elk in. I had an entire mule deer in it.
Yeah.
Just to try them on, see what you think.
I would love that.
I mean,
but I actually bought a $15 backpack off Amazon that's blaze orange.
The same one.
And I put all the snacks and everything in there because the one that doesn't have the meat shelf, you have to put the meat inside. So you put it in the game bags and you put it inside, and then I take that backpack and I strap it to the outside so it has the orange on it.
Yep.
Yeah. And then actually during archery season and rifle season, if I take a backpack, I just take the orange one.
Yeah.
That way I have an orange.
That's what I do on rifles. Is I have the cheapo Walmart orange backpack, and it works great, good enough for rifle season, you know. Or if the few times I've used my older frame pack, I bought a cheapo. They make the $6 whatever orange vests.
Yeah.
Well, I just bought one of those, cut holes in it so that my tie-down straps on my pack will go through it. Yeah. And so it's just like an orange panel that I put on.
I have a couple. I actually bought a youth vest to do the same thing so I could wrap up. But you know what's funny is I started out with an external frame Alps pack. Yeah. And first couple of hunts out west I did with that. I packed part of a elk out with it. I packed a couple of mule deer out with it. So like I ran that. It was nice, but I didn't like the stuff hitting, the limbs hitting it and tinging and everything.
Yeah.
But I took my climber that I have is very uncomfortable. So this year I got this bright idea. I strapped the climber to the Alps pack.
Ooh.
That made it so much better.
Did it really?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because you're not my climber has that bounce to it, and then it's like.
I don't care what you do; it digs into your neck.
Yeah, because
it doesn't. And I'm short, so when because I hunt with a Summit climber, and the cables are sticking out the bottom of it, and because I'm a short guy, so my heels are hitting the cables are snagging on the ground. So if I had it on a pack, I could get it up higher onto that pack.
Think about that when you're looking at your packs, because you might want something that has the ability to put just a shelf or something.
Part of the reason I really like the K4 pack from Exo Mountain is they've got a rifle holder. Because one thing I like about an external frame pack, you can hook that sling for your rifle over the top of your frame. It gets the weight of your rifle off your shoulder, and you don't have to strap your rifle to the back of your pack. And there's a few things I don't like about doing that. You can't see your rifle. So if it becomes loose and it's flipping and flopping back and forth, you might not even know it. You might not feel it depending on how heavy your load is on your back. And you're banging your rifle back and forth with every step. With that Exo, they have a rifle carrier system that you can buy for the pack that puts it onto the side. So it's almost like a stirrup that the butt stock fits into, and then it clamps to the side of the frame. So your rifle's right there on the side, and it's a quick release. So if you're walking, say you think, I want to go to this vantage point to the glass for elk, mule deer, whatever. Well, deer, elk do deer and elk things, right? So you may not get to that vantage point before you realize, oh my God, there's this drainage, there's a deer right there. You're not having to drop your pack and get it. You can just click the button, and it's in your hands ready to go.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a slick system. From the videos I've seen. Again, I haven't actually used it, but but that's it, man. Other than looking for the frame pack for this year and then a new tripod. I do like the glass. I've always just used cheapo tripods, and they've got so much wobble in them, So there's a brand of hunting tripods called Tricer. Phenomenal reviews. So a guy I know from my civilian job selling doors, his best friend works for Tricer, and that's how I heard about the brand. So I started looking into them. I've talked to him a few times. Really helpful guys when you talk to the company. On the high end of cost, we're talking a couple $100 for a tripod, but that's with the fluid head, with a Manfrotto head on it.
It's kind of one of those things that you'll probably buy once. You
that's what
they
say.
Another one.
Yeah, and they're carbon fiber. They're super lightweight. So, because like we've said before, when you're packing far, ounces lead to pounds, pounds lead to pain.
I didn't realize it until this year. Yeah. You get out there and you're like,
do I really need that extra cheese or that extra granola bar?
Yeah, right. I mean, absolutely.
By the end of the week, that's what it was.
Yeah, you're cutting down to bare bones by the end of the trip.
You know what? I think I'll eat 2 now, and I'm not taking any with me.
Yeah.
5 bullets is enough.
Oh yeah. First day you're carrying a box. The next day you're carrying one. You're just, I don't even
you
care
see that
anymore.
shed antler, and you're like, do I really want to pack that out? That was 1.5 pounds.
So, but I think one thing that we've all been talking about is how to enhance this show, and so we've all kind of been looking at camera gear and tripods and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
We want to add another layer to what we do here and be able to bring that back and in the studio and talk about it, or do shorts and stuff like that. So we kind of all been looking at cameras and
we've talked about that pretty often. I used to film all my hunts. I got away from it, so I've got quite a bit of film to film a hunt. But what I'm looking for are those second angle cameras.
Yeah.
The drones for helping not to find an animal for recovery, but like we've talked, because you're not allowed to. But this would be a drone for just that POV view of walking up, onto a recovered game or walking into the tree stand or whatever it is.
Just putting in food plots and other things.
Absolutely,
like it's hard. We did a couple things this past year with food plots and different things. It's hard to give a layout of a food plot.
Yeah,
you get the aerial view and like. People get it. You're like, oh, okay, I see what you're...
Absolutely. And I think something we're doing with this podcast in particular is instead of just building a show where it's just a podcast, we want to put shorts out there. We want to I put that short together of my antelope hunt last year. That was one of our best performing posts and videos that we've had.
Yeah.
So I feel like instead of... There's guys who put a hunting show out there, right? And it's all video related and it's all, social media driven. And then there's guys who do a podcast. And I feel like we're more heavily on the podcast side of it, but we still feel like we're trying to incorporate both of those entities together into one show.
Right. Yeah.
Really. So we need more camera equipment to do that.
And I think the thing I like the most about it is you didn't take it for anybody else.
Yeah.
You were never planning on showing that to anybody.
Never. That was just all stuff I had from my trip.
And that's what I like whenever I film stuff. It's for my own use.
It's for me.
I mean, if you enjoy it, cool.
Yeah. But that's kind of what our show's all been about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is us, and this is our connection, right? And so now if we can grab snippets of our connection through footage, put it together, and hopefully we can get an editor.
Well, yeah. We need to find one of those. We need to find somebody.
Yeah.
Well, and I think
my editing skills on that short I put together for Wyoming left a lot to be desired.
Wow. And I do think the other things that's cool that is, I think the bigger podcasts and stuff like that are missing is constantly, we're always asking, hey, give us feedback, give us this, and we'd also like to see clips. If you have clips of hunting and stuff like that, because this is not about the three of us. Everybody that's subscribed, everybody that joins, listens.
It's about all of us.
It's
about
the
community.
Yeah,
100%.
So like whenever somebody harvests, and I don't care if they're in the state, like.
Yeah, maybe I can find some better talent.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, make the editing job a lot better.
Yeah.
You guys automatically think it's the editor. I'm thinking it's the talent.
And Teddy and I mean, we're okay with replacing some people with.
If you have editing skills, let us know.
I mean, don't post your resumes on this. It'd be awkward.
Yeah,
I get the email too. So yeah. Maybe look these two up on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know.
Direct message, DM them.
Yeah.
Not on the company socials.
But,
I get those also.
Yeah.
I think
You can pick
awkward.
You can pick the replacement, I guess.
Can I pick my own replacement?
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
Yeah.
But in reality, to wrap up the episode tonight, and to build off of what you were saying, the show only gets better the more the community gets involved.
Right.
So if there's gear that you guys are looking for, girls, let us know, because we'd love to hear about it. If there is a hunt or a connection that you have planned, or a fishing trip, or whatever. I know we've been really centered on hunting a lot the last few episodes, and I was actually thinking I want to bring it back into the world of fishing here in a couple episodes. But
we should do that from the boat.
We should, yeah. We have a pontoon boat.
We don't. Teddy does.
Hold on. We own a pontoon boat.
My brother and I own a pontoon boat.
Okay.
I like how you said that on TV.
And it's called the SS No Sinky. And it is 42 years old.
Yeah.
It is a 26-foot float, or 25-foot floating fortress.
If you want to add a foot, we're okay with it.
It's awesome. Yeah. No, I think it's 25-footer. But anyways, I love that boat. It is old, but
I saw some pictures you guys were out.
Doesn't go fast.
Hammering
I
the
just
bass.
had my daughter out there yesterday.
Yeah.
She was catching bass.
That's cool.
It was great.
You got the old 9.9 on it?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Tohatsu.
Two hot
Tohatsu.
9.9. You're cruising around the lake.
And that boat's big enough that it goes, you crank that throttle and it's
the
like.
front doesn't even pick up.
No. No.
It just.
I can go full throttle in a no wake zone because I'm not making any wake in that boat.
You jump. You're standing in the back of the boat. You jump up in the air, and you're halfway up.
Correct. But I don't need to go fast. I just need to stay dry.
Right.
For the most part.
Stay dry, catch
As long as
fish.
the name
That's
holds
all
true.
I'm looking for. But
we're not outrunning anybody.
Absolutely not. No, I'm out on a boat to enjoy being out on a boat.
Right.
Being out on the water. So, but yeah, let us know because the show gets better the more that everybody else gets involved.
Yeah.
So, let us know because we'd love to talk about something other than what we come up with to talk about. So,
well, and I'm going to get a bow. So if anybody has, anybody out there has recommendations, let me know.
Yeah,
I'd love to shoot them. So whenever I go to the store, I'll have an idea.
Great.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.